Hello, and welcome to the TheKnitGirlls. I'm Laura, also known as Lala, and this is episode 512. You would think on the fifth take that I would get it correct, but whatevs.
I'm Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. Today is Friday, December the 18th.
We've been trying to record since Tuesday.
Yeah, we've had network issues, and then I'm on call, so yesterday it kept getting later and later for this thing that I had to do for work, and they kept changing the time. And anyway, you guys don't care because you still get an episode, but it has been a week, and my dog apparently needs attention right this minute. So this is Neelix, and he is an old boy. All right, go find Daddy. Go find Daddy. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
Pearl's sleeping behind me.
So yeah, it's been a difficult week. Laura's apparently lives in the Arctic Circle.
I do. It's cold in Mississippi.
So why don't you talk about what you're wearing, because people will wonder.
Oh, what am I wearing? Okay. I'm wearing the sweater that I'm wearing is Curtain Call. I got this one. The shawl is by Nim Teasdale. Let me see if I can close my search of McDonald Metal Playground of Doom.
Yeah, before we started recording, we were talking about 90s stuff and how we were old.
Talking about how old we are.
And I was like, if you remember that McDonald's gave out green straws when Flubber came out, you're old. I worked there at the time, so I remember that. And so then we started talking about McDonald's. I wonder if anybody else remembers, but it seemed like in the 80s, like late 80s, it was a thing to have your birthday party at McDonald's in their like play place, the, jungle gym thing, whatever the kids.
I brought up the old McDonald's playgrounds that had like the Hamburglar.
Like metal.
Yeah, so they had like a metal playground, and it wasn't the Hamburglar, it was the police officer guy, and you crawled up this tower and you were in his head and you could look out. And then there was also like a Grimace thing, and the Fry Guys had a thing, and there was one of those circular things that you would push and try to jump on. And all the great toys that no longer exist because they are so dangerous.
Yeah. Hey, jerkwad, go away.
So the shawl is Canyonlands by Nim Teasdale. It is out of Handspun. And then the hat is Starving Artist out of Malabrigo Chunky. So there you go. There you go. So yeah, I'm nice and cozy and warm right now. Oh, and I'm wearing hand knit socks too, that Joanna Spring knit for me when my luggage got lost, and I was so sad that I lost all my hand knits. She knit me some socks.
She's an awesome lady.
She is. Actually, we just got our yarn shipment today.
Oh, good.
So yeah, I'm excited. We also got an order from Jimmy Beans. Our bags came in.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. So all the things arrived today. My Nest Advent calendar that's been missing since the 30th of November came. So yeah, I had a good U.S. Post Office day. Would you like to talk about what you're knitting or crafting at this point?
Sure. So I called my dog a jerk. I don't usually verbally abuse my dog, but so Neelix is Michael's dog, and we adopted him at Petco. He's like a Dachshund Whippet mix, and he's super needy and attached to Michael, and sort of peripherally attached to the rest of us because we're attached to Michael. Michael is my husband.
But he is Michael's dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
Michael cannot leave the house without Neelix.
Yeah, Michael had to go pick up his prescription at CVS yesterday, and Neelix about had apoplexy, and Michael just decided to take him with him. So anyway, he spoils him, and so now every time we get a package from Amazon, Neelix assumes it's for him. And it frequently is, whether it's treats or toys, because Neelix likes squeaker toys, but only until he kills the squeaker, and then he's done with them.
Yeah. And
But they
he
all,
like precision destroys the
he's got like
squeakers.
little surgeon teeth in the front that like pull out the seams. But he all of his toys are soft, and you know they have a squeaker inside. And so what I'm knitting is this yarn. I got it on a sale from Knit Picks. I think I got it for like less than $3 a skein. It's called Fable Fur. It's like that
Oh, does he think that
faux
that's a
fur feeling
toy?
yarn. It's super soft. It's 100% polyester, but it feels great. I mean, it feels
Yeah, but that's the
luscious.
same like
It's the same
consistency as a
texture
toy.
as a
Yes.
toy. And in the 10, 12 years I've been knitting, Neelix has never messed with my yarn, not once. He likes fiber if he can get it because he likes to tear it apart. But I usually have that, you know, in a Ziploc bag or something. He doesn't mess with it. If he can't actively get to the fiber, he doesn't care. But I made the mistake of I cast on and knit a little bit and then got up and went, I don't know, to the kitchen or something. I was gone less than a minute and came back, and my entire skein was just knotted and frayed, and like, because he pulls at it and like he tries to kill the yarn. And of course, then I yelled at him, sort of, because you know it was over. He didn't know what I'd be yelling at him for, and you know it took me a while to fix it, and didn't think about the yarn that was still in the box that was on the floor, and came
Oh,
back
Neelix.
later in the evening, and he had taken a fresh skein out and done the same and just destroyed it. And
Neelix.
so now this has to go in a closed bag. Anytime I'm not actively having it in my hands, it has to go in a closed bag. It's the only thing he cares. It's just this texture. It reminds him of a toy, I guess. So anyway, I'm
He
knitting a
is being a
blanket.
jerk though.
Yeah,
Like that is a jerk dog.
I tried crochet first, but it's too hard to see the
I
stitch
bet.
in this like eyelashy yarn. Um, and I couldn't do it without looking at it, which was irritating me. So I'm using size 19 needles,
Where'd you get those from?
Amazon. And
You could have come over and gotten mine. I would have
I
left them on the
know
porch.
I was lazy. Um, so I just cast on 100 stitches, and I have no idea how big it's going to be or who it's going to go to, because it certainly won't be able to live at my house.
Yeah,
And like the whole reason I got it was because I love that feeling of the fur, but I get warm too easily. So, you know, like a wool pelt or something wouldn't really work for me. So
oh,
yeah,
Fred.
so this is going to have to be a gift for somebody. Um,
Yeah.
but
Maybe
you know,
Helen would like it.
yeah, she was over here earlier this week and she was like, "This is pretty. Can I have some of this yarn?" And I'm like, "No, you cannot. It's already
Little
slated for
did
a
you
project."
know.
So so yeah, I'm knitting it at a super loose gauge, but you still can't see any holes because it's really
Yeah.
thick. So yeah, and it's just it'll get finished when it gets finished. This is one entire skein. I just came to the end of it, and so that's like
How many skeins do you have?
6 inches or so. I have 15, so
That'll be a good size.
it'll be as big as it is, and that's what
As
it'll be.
Neela, as long as Neelix leaves his paws and teeth
Teeth,
off of it.
yeah. So that's one thing I'm working on. And the only other thing I'm really working on is socks. I'm putting heels and toes in socks. So this is one where I've put a cuff and toes into it, but I haven't put the heels in. This is, gosh, I can never remember that dyer's name, and that's terrible. The one from Kentucky who does the stripes.
Oh, if you hadn't asked me, then I would remember.
I'll remember at some point during the
Yeah.
recording. All right, so and this is like Southern Rainbow or something like that.
She's a sweet tea colorway too.
Yeah, I did that campfire s'mores
Yeah,
thing.
that's a pretty. All right, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't
I'll
remember
follow
the
her on
name of
Instagram.
her company. It's driving me crazy, actually. And then let's see. I think I've got one more that I put. Well, I put cuffs in this one. This is Manic Pixie. I think I talked about that last week. Yeah, so I think that's those are works in progress. God, I can see her logo. It's like a little sheep with lines coming out of it.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing that I've been working on, it's kind of a work in progress, is I'm joining squares for my granny square blanket. So these were already done. This is 9 and 10. This one is 7 and 8. All right, so I did 6 blocks this week of 16 blocks each. So this is 5, yeah. So I weave them all together in a row, and then I weave the next row, and then I join them together, and then I do the bottom 2 rows the same way. I weave these together, then I weave these together, and then I weave those together, and then I weave these together. And I'm weaving in ends as I go to try to minimize the insanity. And I'm able to use the ends of the yarn to weave all the ends in right now. I don't know if I'll be able to do that completely once I go to join all these, the big, multi-square squares.
Yeah.
But so I seamed 6 blocks of them. So 16 times 6 is 36. 3, so 96, I think.
That's a good bit.
Squares this week, because I found that I can do that on a call. I've been on a lot of calls already this week for work. I found that I can do that on a call and drop them really quickly if I need to.
Rock and string.
Rock and string, yes. And her name starts with an E.
Erin.
Yes. I knew it. Like I like her stuff. I've got several of her, self-striped colors. We've had her at SSK. I just couldn't remember her name.
I
Rock and
did a
string.
live with her earlier this year, so I had to go back and look.
Did.
The live. It's on my list of lives that I did. Oh, it's also, y'all don't know this, but it's 9 o'clock on a Friday night.
It is. Yeah. Like we were trying to do it earlier, and then work, a call was taking forever, and then I was like, okay, I need a nap. So at 5 o'clock I lay down. At 5:15 I got paged. And then that call didn't end until like 7:30, and then I had to eat dinner. So you guys don't care. I don't know why. I get tired and then I just babble.
To you. So you did like 90 some crochet squares. You joined them together.
Yeah, 96 of them, I think. 16 times 6, whatever that is.
And how many more do you have to go?
God, this one I'm gonna have to pull out my calculator. Hold on. Let's see. That is not a calculator. So 16 times 15. 240.
So you're like a third of the way there. A little more than a third.
15. Is that right? Nope, I'm a dirty liar. That's wrong. 16 times, it's 7 across, not 5 across. So 5 times 5 is 25. It's 400.
So
I still got
1/4 of the way.
Yeah, I still got ways to go.
Just a smidge.
Yeah, but that's a week, and I got 6 of them done, so I'm happy with that.
Oh, you know who else might like that blanket is Carol.
Oh, that's true. I'll have to ask her. Anyway. What about you? What have you been making?
Well, Well, I've been doing a lot of unmaking and tinking this week.
That's true.
So when I knit the first sock of this, and this is Vanilla's the New Black. Let me get the first one out. And I love, 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 love this yarn. So this is fully spun, and it's in her postscript fingering weight in the mulled wine colorway. I'm knitting the Vanilla is the New Black sock. And when I first did this first one, I did the heel flap correctly, but then when I turned the heel, I messed up because it like changes halfway through how you're doing the decreases. And so I had to rip back the heel and reknit it. Well, on the second one, I messed up the heel flap. So the heel flap, you put a marker in the middle and you are increasing right before and then a little bit after the marker, and it creates these diagonal lines.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was doing that on one side and not the
Oh.
other. On the other side, I was increasing out here somewhere.
Yeah.
On the outer edge of that. So I had one doing vertical lines essentially.
So it wasn't symmetrical.
Yeah, and it wasn't right. Like I didn't know that the fit would be right.
Yeah.
Because it's such an interesting shape. So, and like geometry math things. So I ripped back out the heel flap.
Geometry math things is going to be the title of the show.
Okay. And then I reknit a good bit on it this afternoon because I had a staff meeting at work. And I'm slowly making my way back to the point of the heel turn. I was hoping to mail these out today or tomorrow, but in all honesty, it's going to be Monday. So they're not going to arrive in time for Christmas. I mean, honestly, they probably wouldn't have arrived if I had mailed them out on the 15th.
Yeah.
So, because my mom sent a package to my sister on the 10th that's still sitting in Knoxville.
Yeah.
And the mail system is just overloaded. It's not a criticism. It's just overloaded.
No, the USPS is overloaded, and their head person in charge is not wonderful. What?
They're doing the best they can.
Oh, the workers, absolutely.
Yeah.
My criticism is for the top head guy, not for the workers.
Yeah. So they're doing the best they can, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So and FedEx is swamped delivering vials of the vaccine. So
Yep.
I'm not going to do anything right now with them. And UPS is also swamped. So I am just gonna mail it out, and when it gets there, and it will be fine. My sister's
they will appreciate it nonetheless.
Yep. And so these are my brother-in-law socks. My sister's socks are already done. And that will be the end of my holiday knitting. So like holiday for other people knitting this year. Oh no, I'm a liar. I have something to knit for my grandmother, but again, it'll get there when it gets there. That one I have one thing done and not the second. But yeah, so it will all be good. I'll do better than May this year for my grandmother's Christmas present. Actually, I think I mailed it out in March. But yeah, it's all good. We'll get there. So that is the only thing that I have on the needles are these Vanillas, the New Black socks on size 0 needles being magic looped. And I'm just working on them and messing them up and ripping them out and reknitting them as you do. So yeah, that's it for me. I do have a finished object, but you have finished objects as
Go ahead.
and you have more than me. Are you sure?
Yeah.
So I have this angel hat. Yeah, I really like it. This is out of Fully Spun, and this is her postscript Erin, and this was an Untitled colorway. So yeah, I think I knit it on 6s and 7s for an Erin weight. So it is a little bit of a loose gauge, and I did take this one down. It was supposed to be cast on 100, and I took it down to a cast on of 90 stitches. So this is the other hat's over there, but this one's going to my uncle, this one's going to my aunt, and then my cousin's is over there, and these will get mailed when I take everything to the post office. They don't know that these are coming. I don't think they watch the show, so it will be, and I want to give them a bath too and soak and, you know, like even out the stitches, especially on like twisted stitches. I think anytime you can block your stitches, it looks better.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for that. But yeah.
Okay, well, I have some finished stuff this week also. Knitting, I've got a pair of socks. Sorry. Kobe wanted this colorway for himself. When we looked at the tube socks that I cranked, he wanted this one. So
That's cool.
I forget what this is now. Let me see if I put my paper in here. Sometimes I do that, but I don't know if I did this time. No, sorry. Yeah, I don't remember what this was. It was stained glass, but I don't remember the dyer.
You can always add it to the show notes.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it and add it to the show notes. But so these were cranked on our sock machine, which is an Erlbacher Gearhart Speedster. It's the red one, on a 72 stitch cylinder. Is it 72 or 64?
It's
I think
72.
it's 72. Yeah.
It's 72.
So these are for Kobe, my son, who is 17 and has a size 13 foot. I made them in like a size 12, so they'd have a little bit of negative ease, and he already tried one on and it fits fine. So that's knitting, what I've got. Oh, no, I've got this too.
You had a hat too,
Yep.
right?
So this is going to Laura's sister and brother-in-law, and it will be for whoever wants to wear it. But yeah,
that is amazing.
Little fluff ball, silly hat. This is
That
Fabled
is super
Forest.
Funny.
And I don't remember the
Farm Girl fibers in the strawberry margarita color.
I don't remember the designer of the hat, but all of our information is linked on our show notes, which is found at TheKnitGirlls with 3Ls.com. So you can look it up there. So yeah, this is done. It does need to be blocked, but aside from that, it's finished. So this will go with Laura in her package when she mails it off. I also did some sewing this week. Last week. One thing is the Oceanside Pants. This is a blank slate pattern. This is one that Jessie and I both decided we were going to do. Jessie is Little Hip Kitty on Ravelry. Although I think she's doing more sewing than knitting lately.
She's been doing a lot of sewing. She's been doing a lot of t-shirts, which are really cool.
She got a Sashiko machine.
I saw.
But she got a good deal on a used one, and there are none in our area. I've looked.
That's like equipment wise, like spinning wheels and stuff. I've looked in Memphis many a time, and there's not ever any.
And she's in the Pacific Northwest, which is just rife with home hobby craft kind of stuff like that. So good for her. So these pants are made in a linen. I do need a button on them, but I put the buttons aside. These are the ones that I'm going to sew on. So they have little flap pockets here, and the button goes right here. But it's just decorative. It doesn't actually, I mean, you can make it a buttonhole, but I don't really see the point. So
no. Those are cute.
I just have to hand sew those on. I might do that actually when I'm done talking about it. So this is a linen that I got from fabricstore.com. It's linked on our show notes as well. I made the largest size, which is a 3X, but intentionally knowing that they were going to be too big for me. And they are, but I wanted to use it as like a guideline for how I want to modify pants in the future. So, I mean, they came out well. They fit. They're big on me for sure. But I really like the linen and the feel of them and the hand of them, so I can take them in a lot easier than you can let them out. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do. Um, I'm happy with them. I really liked working with the linen, and I wear a lot of linen pants. I love
You
linen.
do.
And these have like I haven't seen this before. Granted, I don't make pants, but usually this is a drawstring, but the back half is elastic, and then you sew the drawstring at the side juncture. So you got a little bit of elastic there, but most of it is the drawstring. So I thought that's
Huh,
kind of cool.
interesting.
So there's that. I'm gonna put that here so I remember that I want to sew on the pockets. And then the other thing, which was super quick, once I got the fabric cut, it took longer to cut the fabric than it did to sew the pattern.
Oh, wow.
So this is the Reese knit tunic, and this is by Style Art.
Oh, that's super cute.
So it's a jersey knit top with like this sort of kangaroo pocket.
Oh, I
Well, it's what it
love
looks like,
that.
a kangaroo pocket, but it's actually two separate pockets. Although I think on my next one, I'm going to make it a kangaroo pocket. I'm just going to join them and make it a kangaroo pocket. So this calls for a knit fabric or a jersey. Apologize for the
I
noise.
hope
I
you
got the
got a
kids.
crazy jersey print. I hope it's the craziest jersey print ever.
It's not, because
Oh,
but
oh,
it's
that's
cool. I
pretty
like it.
though.
So this is a
Constellation.
constellation fabric that Joann's had. I got it on sale for like 50% off, so I think I
That's
paid like
super cute.
$5 a yard for it. So I mean, I can see that there are some things that could be improved. Like I serged the edges, or well, on some areas I serged the edges, and on some areas I just did like an elastic stitch, and there's like wavy sections in the seam that pressing might help. I haven't even pressed it yet, but where I didn't hold the fabric quite evenly as I was pushing it through the sewing machine. And with knits, that's something you have to be really conscious of because they, constantly stretch.
But
But
when it's on, I bet you won't even see it.
yeah, probably not. And again, I haven't even pressed it yet, so who knows. But yeah, I'm
Super
really
cute.
happy with it. It came together super fast. The only thing that I would change is the pockets are two separate pockets. And the next time that I do it, I'll combine them together to make a kangaroo
See, I
pocket.
love a two separate pocket. I'm not a kangaroo pocket
And
fan.
I'll probably make the kangaroo pocket a woven fabric so the pocket doesn't stretch,
Yeah.
because a jersey will, if you put your phone in it, it's going to like hang down
Mhm.
below the
My
thing. But
tunic does that I love. I have a tunic from like Zulily that I wear
mhm,
all the time, and my phone does that all the
yeah,
time.
if you put a woven fabric in there and you sew it just to the size you need, it won't stretch. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a pain to do it, but it increases the wearability, I think. So, yeah, I'm very happy with this. I'll definitely make another one of these. And this was actually um, Style Arc, which one of our viewers turned me on to. Every month they put one of their patterns up for free. If you buy any pattern, you get this specific pattern free. And this was their freebie for, I don't know, August or September or October. So
Super cute.
yeah, I'm really happy with it. So two sewing finished objects, a knitting finished object. Nope, two knitting finished objects. So
I
yeah, I
know.
got a lot more done than I feel like I have. So
You did excellent.
I have some spinning too.
You do. You've been rocking and rolling this past week. I'm glad someone
So
has been.
um so Laura and Sarah D, who if you've been to an SSK in the past five, I think every year but the first year, Sarah D has been one of our helpers, our primary helper. She's awesome. And she and Laura and I and Lady Amy decided that, excuse me, decided that when the My Dad Wrote a Porno put out their Christmas episodes, we would do a live listen. And so during that live listen, I was spinning. So this is I looked for this person, but I don't think she's in business anymore. This is Vice.
Vice. I got you that at the first festival. I was at a work thing in San Antonio, and the Mustache Girls, before Mustache Yarn existed, came and picked me up and took me to, I think it was the Yellow Rose Festival,
Mm-hmm.
and Vice was there.
Okay.
There you go. That's where that came from.
Well,
I'm
now
pretty
it
sure.
has been spun up. It's a
Yay.
hard-hearted Hannah, and it's a super fine superwash merino. And I spun it all up on one bobbin. And this is on the Daedalus Starling. And I spun all 4 ounces on one bobbin, and I'm spinning 4 ounces of hip strings in a sort of sparkly gray fiber, and I'm going to apply them together. So, yeah, so this is, I have no idea on the yardage or anything like that. I didn't make an attempt to spin it super fine or anything like that. So,
Pretty.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. And it came in its own little bag.
It did. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, someone else might have given that to you. Because Casey at Tangerine Designs gave us Vice one year at SSK.
I thought it was Casey that gave that to me, but...
See? I had this whole backstory, but I don't think I actually gave that to you. I think it was
You
Casey's
gave me something from
Designs.
that festival, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. I think it was some Vice. I don't know.
I don't know.
She gave me the most gorgeous blue yarn in a bag that had TARDIS on it.
Oh,
I remember that. And that's also where I met Jerry Brock for the first time, was that festival.
oh, that's cool.
And who else did I meet there? I think that was it. I'm sure there's people I'm forgetting. But it was lovely. It was a lovely little festival. I don't know.
We are not known for our exceptional memories.
I'm known for like my goldfish type memory.
So what about you?
Oh, I have spinning.
Yeah, I thought you did.
I finished something tonight. I'm not super happy with it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and it's not, I'm going to preface this by saying it's not the wheel's fault. It's not the fiber's fault. It's Laura Catherine Linneman's fault. Because I made the choice to chain ply, but I also made that choice to chain ply and then not pay attention as I was chain plying.
That'll do it every time, my
And
friend.
you'll get pigtails. And like if you spin to the amount of twists that I typically spin to, you will get pigtails when you typically I almost just knocked over my beverage. And that
Laura like breaks land speed records with the speed that she both
and I
spins
actually
and
did not
plies with.
have this on like a really high speed. But anyway, when you chain ply and you don't, I made the choice not to put tension on my Lazy Kate, which was also a terrible choice. So it was like a series of terrible choices. But and it hasn't been washed yet. So we'll see, because I just finished it. But this was the loop bump, and I was actually spinning this as a gift, but I don't think I can give it as a gift.
Why don't you reserve judgment until you wash it?
Yeah, I will. It's 300 yards of a chain ply out of 5 ounces. So it's like a DK weight in places, and in some places it is more of a fingering. Like the black was where I ended, and it's super skinny. And then the blue is inverted, so skinny. But if I don't give it, then I will knit it into something and then maybe give that to her. Maybe. I haven't decided. Or I'll just spin something else, because she really likes the person that this is going to really likes hand spun. So yeah, so that's one thing. The thing that I have done single wise, so this was 300 yards of a chain ply. I spun Organic Matter from Hello Yarn, and I have the singles of that here.
That's a colorway, not like actual organic matter.
Nope. It's a South American wool top blend. It was the Fiber Club back in September. So Leslie reminded me many weeks ago to not cover my mouth when I'm talking because for some reason it messes up Skype. And do I ever not cover my mouth when I'm talking? No.
Okay. After this week, like I don't care if I go into editing and like our audio and video is way off. I don't care. It's just gonna be what it's gonna be this week.
Anyway, this is Organic Matter. And like I think I've actually forgotten that the last 6 weeks since you told me. I'm such a good podcast co-host. My abominable snowman outfit today. So
Did
yeah,
you just say abominable?
I did on purpose. I need to watch. I haven't watched any Christmas movies except for some that I watched with a friend. We were texting each other, so I watched the one on Hulu, the new one, The Happiest Season, maybe. And then I watched Jingle Jangle. Jingle Jangle? I think it's on Netflix. It was good. Yeah. Happiest Season was making like anyway. I did not like choices that were made. Anyway. So I need to get my Christmas / holiday. And I watched the newer version of The Grinch too. Part of it. And then they took it off Netflix and I'll never be able to finish it until I find it again. It's fun. Anyway,
is that Jim Carrey? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's the Benedict Cumberbatch animated one.
Oh, I haven't seen that. But I'm not a big Christmas movie person, so.
Yeah. I've been listening to a lot of Andrew's Wildfire. I actually started a re-listen today. I always re-listen The Dark Rise, so I'm doing that currently. And I read books 1 through 4 of Fence. And I also read the YA book that's based on it. So this is a graphic novel and it is gorgeous. And it is about a boy who it's like the heartthrob scene. But the main character, his name is Nicholas, and he's trying out for the fencing team at this prestigious like private school called Kings Row. And in order for him to attend the school, he has to make the team. And he is kind of like self-trained and definitely an underdog, but also he's an illegitimate child of a fencer who went to that school and actually won an Olympic gold medal. And his biological dad also has a legitimate son who he acknowledges and is like the #1 fencer in the country. And so this is about Nicholas trying to make the team, but also the team trying to come together. So there's like 6 main characters in all. And it's really, really good. It's definitely like a slow burn graphic novel. Like I think these 2 guys are going to get together. That's Nicholas over there. And this is his like, I think there's going to be some love interest eventually, but it's a very slow burn. Like nothing has happened in 4 graphic novels. They become friends. They hated each other before, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I bought the first 4 that are available in paperback, and then the next 9 are only available on Kindle, which makes me sad. The first one, I actually put in my school library. Someone donated it, and like one of my kids really, really likes it. But like number 4 ends on like they all end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be like I can't put Kindle books in my library, so there's gonna be no resolution. And I called my mom's got a local comic book shop to her that is actually female owned, and I like to support when I'm in the area. It was actually beside the quilt store, so my mom likes going to pick up stuff for me because it used to be beside the quilt store. I think the quilt store's actually moved to Maryville, Tennessee. And she had never even heard of it. And then she looked it up, and you can only get the first 4 in print right. But yeah. So I will continue. I'll probably end up buying them for the Kindle for me to read because I am really enjoying them.
Yeah, if you like them, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, graphic novels are so expensive too because the paper that they're printed on and it's in color. And this kind of reminds me of manga type almost.
Yeah.
It's not, it's just really, really well done. And I'm really enjoying it. And then there was a book that they did based on it that actually takes place after the fourth one that I read, which was cute. It's very cute, slow burn. Like,
Yeah.
it's very
Which is
teen.
appropriate for YA. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's YA, so it's good. There's a kiss here and there.
yeah.
There's one character who is a chronic dater and he never remembers his dates' names. And he blows off fencing to go on dates and stuff. But yeah, there's no drugs or alcohol or anything or foul language. But yeah, anyway, that's what I've been reading. I've read 1 through 4 and then the YA book that's based on them in a week.
I mean, when you find something you like,
Oh yeah,
it's hard not to devour it, you know?
100%. And I'm probably gonna order number 5 to download on my Kindle later tonight. Although my
Well,
Kindle's black and white and not color, so
yeah, mine is too, but I like a black and white for an e-reader. It would be different for if I read a lot of comics, but
yeah. So
most
I
of
might
what I
read on the
read
phone.
is, just, yeah, or your iPad, you could do that.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, I reread The Blacksmith Queen and then read the sequel, The Princess Knight.
Yeah. How'd you
It
like
was very
those?
good. I enjoyed it. I liked the tie-in at the end with the
Mhm.
Dragon series, and actually, it made me want to reread the Dragon series. So I started the
Oh.
what is it? What a Dragon Wants, the first one about a
Wow.
dragon. I don't remember.
By
It's the
G.
G.A. Aiken. It's the Dragon series. I can't remember what the first one is called. But it's the one with Fergus and Anwell. So I restarted that, and then for audiobooks, a book that I like came out with a sequel, and I didn't even realize that that was in progress. The book is called Earthcore, and it's sort of sci-fi. Uh, it's about a mining company that is drilling for this specific type of platinum ore, and surprise, when they get down there, it's something entirely different, and um, bad things happen. And so I re-listened to that one, and I've just started the second one, which is called Mount Fitzroy, and it's also science fiction. There's, I don't. There's really no romance in it. There's a couple that gets married, and I think it describes a kiss, but that's about it. It's much more in the science fiction and not in the romance at all category.
Gotcha.
Uh, yeah, that's what I've listened to and what I've read this week.
Cool.
Laura was finally able to draw winners for the Instagram Craft All
Yes.
the Things. Instagram gave back the ability to search hashtags. Woohoo!
Yay! It made me super happy. So let me grab those prizes. I've already pulled them off
Yeah.
of there because there was no real way of doing it live. So the Halloween mug, which is this, that was donated from a viewer. It has a straw that goes with it as well.
Mm.
That will be going to Knitwit E8. And I've linked everyone in the show notes. And are you, excuse me, are you going to do a form for them to fill out, or do you want me to contact them on
They can
Instagram?
fill out the same form.
Okay.
It's still linked.
Pearl came to check on me. And then I have it's this one, this Hikari handmade bag. And this
Ooh.
is, I know, we just got a great present of some Hikari handmade bags a viewer sent us, which was super sweet.
Yes.
I love her stuff. But this is going to MLATHRON and Lathrop. And then the orange and yellow one is going to Amber Dragon Designs.
That's pretty.
I know, right?
It's kind of like retro-y, but 70s. I like it.
I like it a lot too. And then the Velvet Hippo stitch markers, which are super cute. Let me pull those out so y'all can see how cute they are.
No.
Those are going to go to Demi Knits. And those are from Velvet Hippo. She sent them as a donation, which is super kind of her.
Yeah, I like her
That
sets.
name was No Tricks, Just Treats. And then we have a Lollipop Yarn Ball set. And that is going to go to Laying Cable. And then we have a Zauber Ball that is going to go to Kenyon Widger. So yay! Congratulations to all the winners. And thank you guys so much for being patient. Pearl is very excited about your prizes. Her nose is right here.
There's always the possibility for treats when Mom starts digging in containers.
Well, treats over here. So there is actually a very good chance. Can you sit? You have to sit. That's how this works. She's like, but your spinning wheel is
you have
in
to
the
show
way,
us
Mom.
if you're in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that girly girl.
Yeah,
Good girl.
She's very exciting.
Oh, I was saying good girl, and now Buffy's in here. She's like, what? What's happening?
I'm also, I don't know if you can see my flannel pajamas, but I also have flannel pajamas
I
on
couldn't.
with this amazing outfit. They're red.
I am full on sweats. I've got some big, huge sweats that I got from Old Navy. I got them in like a 4X, like they're huge and they're just baggy, and I like to wear them around the house. And I have I just want all the dogs sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Which I like because it's light enough to give me coverage, but it doesn't actually make me hot because it's mostly cotton. So it's fashion choices.
I think that's it. Yeah, fashion is key. Fashion is key here at TheKnitGirlls.
It's very important to us, along with dogs. Okay, you're knocking over my thing. Okay, well, you guys have a lovely weekend.
Yes.
We will talk to you again next week.
Oh, also, if you celebrate Hanukkah, happy belated Hanukkah, because it ended yesterday, I believe. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy the Festival of Lights.
Sorry, my kid just came in the room.
All right.
Yep. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.